and welcome to 2023 senior broadcast. This afternoon, we will be highlighting our seniors' 2 years in this program and wishing them a farewell. Now, let's start the show with Q's package.
Sometimes I lie awake and I scream just to hear myself. Sometimes I check.
It doesn't mean that any of these things are any less valid or that these things make me any less, well, me, I guess. At the end of the day, I am me, and I guess that's enough.
I'm so sorry. I guess. Why, hello there, Elena.
Hi.
So, Love Lacey was your senior film.
Yes.
How was that?
How was, like, the senior film itself, or?
Like, what made you want to, like, make the production and?
Well, I mean, if you look over the things that I've done over the last years, I've tended to lean a little more towards like the somber side of things. Because I don't know, I just, as dumb as it probably sounds, like, I don't know, sadness is kind of a strong emotion to play off of, sort of. So there's a lot that you can do with that. And I had the idea back in like September, actually, and we didn't really start filming or planning for it until like late December, early January, but I kind of had the idea ahead of time because the whole idea that it started with was just someone seeing something that's like someone that's not there, was kind of the whole idea that it started with. And I just figured that going with something like that could really, like, there's a lot of emotions and like patterns that you can pull, if that makes sense. So I mean, the process itself was kind of stressful, but I mean, it was a really big project, but I think that it's definitely one of my favorite ones that I did.
Well, one of the rules in AVP is that seniors can decorate the booths. So, your booth mate was wondering, what are those worms or snaky things in your booth? They are
worms on strings. And basically, I used to have them, like I used to own them when I was little. I initially bought them, I think I was in North Carolina with my grandma and my cousin. And when I think I was like 7, I think. I found them randomly in a store, and I'm like, oh, those are really cool. And basically the whole thing is there's like a little string attached to them, and you run it through your fingers to make it look like the worm moves on its own. And it was just like a really dumb toy, but a couple like 2 years ago, I found a package of like 200 of them on Amazon.
Oh no.
And I was just like, yeah, why not? So I bought them. And then I don't know, they're just colorful and
like your personality,
I guess. But so yeah, I don't know, I just thought they were cool and they fit the vibe that I was going for, so yeah.
What has been your favorite memory under the 2 years ranging from Mr. Nindell?
My favorite memory of Mr. Nindell?
Yeah,
specifically?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's a lot of moments. I'm trying to think of like a specific one I can think of off the top of my head. I think personally one of my favorite moments, like Miss Adele moments, was at senior film. After everything was over, I came out with my mom and I was sitting there and talking to him for a minute about it. And I was really excited. So, you know, but he just had some really nice things to say. And so, yeah, that was really nice. It was a really nice night. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Elena.
All right, thank you for having me.
And let's see what's going on in the classroom.
Talk about a quarterback. In terms of you being the best quarterback in football, that answer is hell no, he's not. Can he play from behind? Can he win in the playoffs? That is enormous pressure.
How's your day been today, Caden?
It's been hectic, but we're okay.
With the past 2 years in AVP, what would you like to say about your time here?
I've learned a lot. I've gained a lot of knowledge on real life situations that I guess I've just never thought about. It kind of helped me set up what I plan to do in my future, because before this I definitely was a little bit clueless, but this helped a lot. And probably it was really fun, definitely.
Will you stay in this work field, or will you stay in this work field when you graduate the class?
So I plan to do individual studies because I'm not really sure yet. And I want to kind of focus on business, but definitely any opportunity for something that has to do with anything with a camera in this field, I'm definitely going to take that up. I'll do it as a side job, anything like that.
With everything that you've done in this class in the past 2 years, what was your favorite project or broadcast, and why?
My favorite project was an illustrated profile, which was a paper crown diary, and that was about my friend Noah Randall, who released an album, and I just loved how it turned out. It was probably my best piece of work. Broadcast-wise was probably when I interviewed the New York Senator George Julio. I was very excited about that one, so that was probably my favorite broadcast.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Commercial break. You gotta go to commercial.
Starting in Wellsville in May of 2021, Gracie's Primitives has recently moved to Portville. But don't worry, because we will continue to serve the community by offering affordable and unique decor and gifts. Open Wednesday from 10 to 5, Thursday and Friday from 10 to 8, and Saturday from 10 to 4.
Even though Michael Kosar is in the junior class, but he is graduating in the Olean High School, he was a pleasure to have as a classmate and as a friend. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So even though you've done 1 year of this program as only a junior, but as a senior in your home school, how does it make you feel that you're not going to have the full 2 years?
I mean, honestly, I kind of wish I had those 2 years because I could learn a lot more, and I plan on going to college for the same thing that I'm doing here, and that 2 year experience would be very helpful with that in that area.
Well, a little bit off topic of AVP stuff, but more as you as a person. As my Flash brother, even though the Flash is the best DC hero ever, is there any other superheroes you like and why?
I like Shazam and Spider-Man. Spider-Man was my first ever favorite superhero growing up, and I think that it's basically anybody's favorite superhero when they're like into that kind of stuff. Shazam, I thought it was kind of cool because, you know, there's this little kid who gets magical powers and he turns into a big superhero when he says one word. I mean, that's just awesome. Like I'd kill to have that.
And last but not least, what is your favorite memory of being in this class?
Favorite memory? That's a tough one. I have so many. I'm gonna have to say when I first met you all. When I came in here, I was kind of like a little outcast. I was older than almost all of you. I was just by myself. It felt weird, but then I got to know all of you and you people personally, and I'm gonna miss you guys when I graduate. Hopefully I will stay in touch if I'm going to college or whatnot, but yeah, I'm gonna miss you all.
I'm gonna miss you too, Michael. It was nice to have you in the class.
Thank you.
Now, let's see what the classroom has to say.
How's your day been, Malachi?
Oh, it's been pretty good. You know, excited for the senior picnic that's happening. I'm honored to be here, being interviewed.
With your 2 years of experience in AVP, you've done a wide variety of projects. Which one's your favorite?
My favorite has to be the senior film I did because besides the recording, I actually made a mini game to go with it and recorded alongside it. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do.
In this entire class, who would you say is your favorite classmate?
My favorite classmate. Now see, that's really hard. I'm not like a person who picks a lot of favorites. Everyone's my favorite person, so I'd say all of them.
How do you feel about the VHS filter for projects?
In my opinion, I really like them because I grew up with VHS, so if I ever see it, I'm really impressed when I see it done right. So as long as it's done right, it's real good.
Back to the studio.
Someone has told me you put as much effort into your AVP projects as you do sports. What level of dedication does that take?
Well, whoever told you that might be lying a little bit. But dedication-wise, it's to me it's pretty easy because having to balance sports and school is very common. So.
Though, out of all of the work you've done in the past 2 years, which one was your least favorite?
Least favorite. I can't remember the name of the project. it was this year. It's to the point in the year where I just, hit that point where I was like, I don't really care anymore, but I do. Least favorite, I'm gonna say senior film just because of the amount of time it took. But it was still a good project.
If you could permanently leave something in the class, like an artifact, it doesn't have to be like an object, but it could be like a quote. What would it be?
Work hard. Work hard and respect your peers. Always respect your peers.
Moving. Well, thank you, Kent.
Thank you for having me.
And let's see what the classroom has to say.
A letter to my past self. Dear past me, are you sitting? If not, you might want to.
Thank you for joining us today, Ratty.
Thank you for having me.
With all of your time in AVP, what would be your favorite project and why?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to go with like the kind of probably cliche answer here and say senior film. I think having the a lot of creative freedom was really nice, and it's the whole process was just really fun.
Do you ever feel like Mr. Nadeau was ever hard on you?
Well, sorry, well, to be completely honest, like, sometimes it felt like it, but I know that there was, like, a reasoning behind it, because as he always says, pressure makes diamonds, and, sometimes it can get a little hard, and, but in the end, I know it all is for my own good.
With your 2 years of being an AVP, what's some advice you'll give to the future students?
I have to say, just really have fun with it, like work hard, apply yourself, and, just really take it one step at a time, and don't try to rush through things, and just make the best of it.
Thank you. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Craving something sweet? La Dolce Vita is a local bakery and cafe that is sure to put a smile on your face, even on your rainiest of days.
La Dolce Vita, bad days end here.
My name is Bethany Schoonover Cruz. I'm a program assistant and the caregiver navigator. So the Caregiver Navigator program, we do give out referrals. So what people do is if they need help finding something, we can help find those services in the area. We can start looking out in the community, seeing what you're eligible for, and call those places to make sure they actually have staffing. Then we call you back and we give you what you need to do and who has staff available. So we are free and can help you find all those different resources in the area.
So we focus on preventable injuries for children. So this could be drowning prevention or bike safety.
Southern Tier Healthcare System is a nonprofit rural health network that works to address the health and wellness needs of Allegheny, Chautauqua, and Cattaraugus counties. Call us at 716-372-0614 to see how we can help you.
Stress can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you take it. Some people can use it to motivate them, or some can let it consume them. In sports, I worry whether I'm playing good or not. I worry if people make fun of me if I play bad, but this encourages me to try harder and play better. And sometimes I just don't care.
Welcome, Xander.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
So, how do you feel knowing that you're graduating so soon? What are your plans for when you graduate?
It's really surreal to be graduating. I mean, it feels like I was playing Little League Baseball yesterday. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not ready for it, but I think that I'm going to take a year off, work, save some money, and then try to become a cop. Because, I don't know, for the longest time now, I haven't really been able to narrow down what I want to do, so that seems like a solid choice, so why not?
Well, congratulations on being named Cattaraugus County All-Star for both soccer and baseball. What inspired you and what want to stay in these sports? What got you into them?
I mean, ever since I was younger, it was just my mom was like in charge of the soccer thing, so I got thrown into soccer kind of, and then I found baseball through my dad, and it's just ever since then I've been hooked. Just something to do, keep me busy, keep me in shape, and I've always been good at it, so why not?
You've been in this class for 2 years, and you've learned a lot of skills in your time. How would you reflect on this year as a student and as a person?
As a person, maybe more so like you're not always going to work with people you like, like you're going to be in a situation and you got to figure out how to make it work, you know what I mean? And this class has definitely taught me to stay focused and try, I guess. I don't really know. Work hard, keep your head down, keep your mouth shut, and just do what you're told.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
And let's see what the classroom has to say.
This is who I am. I am Noah Randall. I am the guy who wrote Papercrown Diaries. I am a huge Bills and Sabres fan. I am right field and left bench for the Hinsdale Bobcats varsity baseball team. I am the one who knocks.
How's the fault line looking today, Noah?
It's definitely moving. It's definitely moving, for sure. Shout out Mr. Schultz.
How has creating music and projects in this class affected you as a person?
Wow, deep one there.
If he hasn't already,
I've been because the songs on Papercrown Diaries I had written a couple of years back. My good buddy Caden will remember that. I played them for him a couple of years before they, released. And then both junior and senior year, I was able to through Mr. Nadell's guidance and, just finally having equipment, I was able to actually do those, and it's just been really liberating, creatively liberating. It's been really a freeing feeling.
How have your views on your choice of career path changed throughout your time in AVP? And do you plan on continuing in this field, or do you want to do something else in the future?
So, when I came in here, I wasn't planning on going to college at all. And then I realized that I did want to go to college, so I started looking at colleges, and I originally was going to go to Buff State for TV and video production, something like that. But then Mr. Nadell helped me get hired at St. Bonaventure as a broadcast assistant, so I worked the camera for the basketball games and stuff like that, and that made me realize, rediscover my love for sports broadcasting, and so I decided that I was going to go to St. Bonaventure for that, to major in sports media.
Since you plan on attending St. Bonaventure's University, what course do you plan on taking? Wow.
I'm 2 steps ahead of you. I know what you're going to ask.
8 steps ahead. Well, That was Ryan in the Paper Crown Diaries guy. Now back to the studio.
Hello.
In your 2 years in the class of AVP, what was something that you were expecting to do when you were signing up?
I think the biggest one that I think we all expected that no one was going to predict that we wouldn't do is probably movies. We really expected that to be a huge part of our curriculum, I bet, for at least some of us. Who would have guessed that we did only one movie in our entire class, essentially? And that was just our senior film. That was kind of a bit of a disappointment for, I'm sure, many of us, but we made do with it and we made our own stuff. So, it was all good in the end.
Well, then, in your 2 years of AVP, what was something you did not expect doing?
What I didn't expect doing would probably be so many broadcasts, especially in our junior year. What I was expecting is we really would be working more on the production side and working within the whole filming and editing market. And instead, what I wasn't expecting was when we would come in, we would do almost every week at some points for a few weeks in a row, like one broadcast after another broadcast, and we had to get everything prepared. We had to know what we were talking about. We had to get everything all set and done, and we would do it all. We would pre-record things, and it was a hugely complicated experience at times. And I really was expecting like more of the filming aspect instead of the broadcasting, but I think it was a really exciting change of pace just to do this thing because it really was just a passion project for most of us.
And last question, while taking this class, you were pushed out of your comfort zone. What would you say made you grow?
What do I think made me grow? Really, I think it would be the same concept of just the filming. It was something that initially I really did struggle with because I never really fully got the concept of what we were trying to do. I really struggled with coming up with those cool ideas that I always had in my head. I imagined when I first came into the class, I'd be like, oh, I'm so imaginative. I love things like TTRPGs and role-playing games. I'd be like, I can create this grand, epic story that I always do in like my games. And then instead, I sat down to the class for the first time and struggled to figure out how to film a pencil. That was really just something that I was really expecting I would do better at, but like as like the class has gone on and we had done more and more bigger projects, I felt like I finally was understanding how the filming process really worked, and it allowed me to experiment and express my imagination in unique and fun ways. I just took me a while in order to get a hang of it. I would say like that whole experience and like working with other people and in this community, in this like cumulative environment really allowed me to kind of just experience things in a whole new way, as well as through this class, I was able to do my internship hours within the theater of OCT, and working with all those wonderful people and working on all those theatrical productions really did allow me to, I think, come out of my shell a whole lot more.
Well, thank you, Kaden, for being here.
Kind of had to be. It is my class, but you know, I was expecting a little worse, but hey, it's all good. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. But let's see what the classroom has to say.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, sorry for calling so late. I had that dream again and it really freaked me out. I just wanted to hear your voice. I'll see you later, yeah?
Thank you for joining us, Landon with an E.
You're correct, that is with an E, and you're welcome.
During your time in AVP, you worked on a lot of projects. What was the hardest project you've done in this class and why?
Believe it or not, it was senior film when we had senior film. We
me and my partner, we restarted our film 4 times, and it was definitely a hard process going through with all the filming and the tight deadlines. Editing definitely was a big problem because it took a long time to edit, so it was very hard, very stressful, and very tiring.
Well, earlier this year, you won the award with Riley for your film Denial. How did it feel? I was very shocked. I wasn't expecting it to be the People's Choice Award, but even not having an award, I still know that I did a great accomplishment with Riley, and so therefore I was just happy in general. You've learned a lot of skills in the past 2 years. Would you like to continue working in this field, or would you like to do something else? I would like to branch out and do this field as well. Maybe take Mr. Nadel's job over with the wedding film business. But I plan on going in for IT or cybersecurity and work for Cutco or maybe corporate somewhere. Thank you for your time.
You're
now
welcome.
Back to the studio.
You want to go for a drive?
I'm not hungry.
Even for Burger King?
Focus on your schoolwork, family, and all of your relatives.
Do amazing things. You can do more than you believe, I promise.
Welcome, Allie.
Hi.
Being an AVP often comes with opportunities for internships, jobs, and many connections. What was your favorite thing you've done outside of this class?
Outside of this class? Well, that's a hard question. I would say my favorite thing was definitely the Allegheny Limestone football promo that I did.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah. So it took a lot of time, but it was definitely one of my favorite things to do, just because it was out in the real workforce and the real world. So that was definitely my favorite.
Well, shocking that you're the one who did that. Competing at Skills USA is a huge honor and responsibility. How was your experience going as a junior and later on in your senior year?
Skills USA is definitely something that was hard, I would have to say. Hard. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I met some of my absolute best friends during Skills USA, and it really, I don't mean to be sappy, but it really did, change a lot of my viewpoints on, going into the workforce in the future, and, this class definitely prepared me for that. Junior year going was definitely tough because I had no idea what I was going into. But senior year definitely paid off, and I got to compete with one of my best friends, so.
Nice. You're finishing your second and final year in AVP. What is your opinion on the class, and would you recommend this class to others?
Oh gosh, where do I start?
At the beginning.
I know. So, oh Lord, AVP was definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like I said about kind of skills, AVP changed my life. I said it because I competed in RSA, and in that video I said that it saved my life, and I'm serious about that. This class changes people. It makes people come out of their comfort zones.
For show.
Yeah. So, yeah, AVP definitely, it saved my life. It's one of the reasons that I'm here today, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. With that, like I said, everyone in the class is amazing, and it pushed me beyond my limits, and it made me the person I am today. So, if, I don't know, any, sophomores are watching, or, anyone that can be an AVP are watching, please do it, because it's an experience that I wouldn't trade up for the world.
Well, that's sad, but nice. Thank you for being here.
Thank
I
you.
need this with a passion. Let's see what the classroom has to say.
My name is Cruz Easton. I'm 22 years old, and I have autism.
How are you doing today, Cruz?
I'm doing really good, Ryan.
You graduated high school last year. How does it feel to be graduating this year from AVP?
Tell you the truth, Ryan, I'm gonna start really crying because I've had so much fun here right at this class at BOCES. I felt pretty sad when I graduated from my home school last year, which was Cattaraugus Little Valley in Cattaraugus, New York. So I do want to thank you for helping me for 2 years, seniors.
I hear you like films, Cruz. Is that why you took this class?
Yes. Reason I wanted to take this class is because I wanted to learn how to do lighting, camera, use Adobe programs like Audition and Premiere, all other stuff. I do want to use Rapper Offline someday in the future, and I still want to work as a janitor in my local community. I don't know if I want to go to college or not because it looks too hard. I will lose weight and I will keep practicing driving and stuff.
I hear you like to travel a lot. What's your favorite place that you've visited?
Well, my favorite place, it's always going to be Orlando, Florida.
Well, here's a quick look back at some of the memories had by the class of 2023.
Beautiful.
And before we let you go, here is a message from Mr. Nindell to the class of 2023.
To the class of 2023, what a 2 years it's been. At the start of each year, I tell you all to take a look around, not just because I want you to see how awkward you are at the start and the amazing young people you grow into later on, but also because the time just flies by that quickly. Your class has left a tremendous impact, and thinking of the incredible work that you've done over your time here is a good way to see that. Multiple awards that you've won, whether it be from Skills USA, RSA, the Rural Schools Association, Communications Day at St. Bonaventure, or so much more, is just a little bit of what makes you such tremendous, amazing young people. But those accolades aside, your strong personalities, compassion for others, creative ideas, and execution make who you are and who you'll become. A short while ago, I was explaining to someone my job and what it is I do. Someone had asked me what it is that I think makes CTE so great. And the answer is simple. You do. You have incredible, exciting futures ahead of you with careers in film, TV, sports, the military, medicine, education, and so much more. And that's just with the work that you'll do alone. You'll go on to have amazing friends, families, and contribute to society in ways that we can only begin to imagine. Things aren't going to be easy all the time. And one thing that I think you guys have a misconception of, and I did too when I was your age, is that we as adults have everything figured out. And we don't. I can promise you that we don't. But give it time and it'll happen. Things will make sense and eventually you'll fall into exactly where you need to be. And at the time it might not make sense, but it will eventually. I know that at times it's been stressful even just being here. Tight deadlines, strong opinions, and an overly passionate some would say irritable teacher is often a recipe for disaster, but you push through, and I couldn't be more proud of you. Before I wrap up, I want to tell you something that I tell every class of mine. In your journeys, no matter how far from home you are, you'll always have a home here, and you will always be welcome here at AVP. I'm a text away, and although it may take 7 to 10 business days to get back to you, and I may leave you on red for a while, I can promise that I will be there when you need advice. Or maybe you want to come see our LED wall if that ever happens. Be good, do better, and take care. I am so incredibly proud of you. I just want to take a quick moment to deviate from our regular program. Every year I select a senior that is pursuing film or something in a related trade who is graduating from my program. And I purchase them a used camera entirely out of my own money outside of the school and everything that we do here. This is a gesture that I have sort of passed down from my late Boy Scout leader who believed in me in a time when so many others didn't. I have no doubt that I wouldn't be anywhere near close to where I am today had he not believed in me and taken that step. So this is my way of passing it forward. So this year's recipient is Malachi Gomer. Congratulations, Malachi.
Well, I would like to say one more thing. I hope you will all remember us as we did a lot of fun stuff for over 2 years. Well, remember, heroes may remember, but legends can never die. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a nice summer.
Oh my God, Miss Rita, that one repeats for you. I can draw a graph right on my forehead.
Ready to go for credits.
Max, do music. 1 second.